Everybody is feeling very raw and moved right now. I think it's such a powerful and devastating film, so just wanted to say thank you. I want to ask you, how did you make the decision to make a fictionalized account of this true story, and what was your intention when you decided to take this journey?
The decision came suddenly when I heard for the first time the voice of Hind Rajab. At the time, the Red Crescent, during the 12th day when this place was under siege and they have no contact, and they were like not knowing if their paramedic are still alive or no, if Hind is still alive or no, and nobody could enter this zone without being killed. So they put some extract on internet to draw attention and to say there is a girl, maybe she's still alive, and our paramedic. So those extract of the voice of Hind calling for help, when I heard her voice for the first time, I mean, I thought that she was asking me to help her, you know, like for a millisecond, and I was like, what can I do? What can I do? I don't have that much power. The only thing that I can do is films, since I'm a filmmaker. So yeah, it started like this.
And so when you started, did you know what happened to her before you began, or you were aware?
Yes, sure, because before starting the movie, I learned that the recording is longer, so that the Red Crescent, they have recorded all the conversation. So I contacted them to hear all the recording. And it was one of the most difficult things I ever heard in my life. But when I heard the recording, it confirmed the fact that I should do this movie, but there was one very important step before deciding doing the movie, which is to call her mother and to tell her, you know, she was grieving. I think for a mother, losing a child is one of the most difficult things in the world. But she was the incarnation of resilience. And she told me, I don't want the voice of my daughter to be forgotten. So we had not only her support, but also her benediction. And as you can see, she's at the end in the movie. Yeah, and then I went back to the Red Crescent employee, the four main character, Omar, Nisreen, Mahdi, and Rana. Sorry. And I talked a lot with them about that day. And there was a very interesting thing happening, because I had the recording and they didn't hear it, since they were only talking to me about their feeling that day. So yeah, this is, and then I start writing and then casting. Yeah.
I wanted to ask Saja and Clara, was there a script, or how did you come on board with the project? Did you meet your counterparts? If you could just talk a little bit about what that process was like.
We haven't met them, but we were in conversation with them. The preparation was Kaouther shared their contact, and we each spoke. I spoke to Rana, and it was really opening a wound that she spent so long trying to somehow. She's still active. She's still working at the Red Crescent to this day, and I think they're the real heroes. We're the vessel to continue to tell their story. But this film did not really require much preparation. Rana told me, and it allowed me to really express myself rather than copy how she was. She just told me, listen to her voice, and any human who listens to a child begging for life is bound to react the way we did.
Yes, we try to mirror as much as I speak to myself, as much as I could to mirror Nisreen, the real character, and really be truthful to the character. But we really didn't have much to do except just really listen to her voice. And there was no much acting in this. It was just reaction, and every time, every take, we would react the same because it's so real, her voice, and yeah.
Yes. I saw the film actually in a small theater in Paris, in Unifrance, when we went, Robin and I, my director of programming, to see the French films, and that's when we saw the film, and we just watched it at first we didn't know what we were going to watch, and we were just speechless, and just, devastated, they've agreed to take questions because we think this is really a film that I know many may want to just speak to and ask. So we're going to open it up. Okay. So if you could raise your hand, and I will also repeat if needed. Yes. I think there's a, yes, go ahead. So the question is, how did you maintain your character and being in that kind of mental state, I think, in that very prolonged, very intense way?
Actually, as Clara and Saja said, it wasn't like I had to direct them or to tell them, like in classical movie, I did other movies, or I'm very picky about acting. You should do this at this moment, and when you say this, you should react like this. This movie, it was very different. So what we did is that, because there's a big part is about the recording this precious document that I received. I wanted to put it at the heart of the movie. So the recording, actually, I asked them to rehearse without Hind voice, so to repeat what the real character, almost word by word, said. And since they have only the sound, I think they added their interpretation, and I've been very blessed to work with a great actress and actor. They were incredible, and actually, it wasn't really acting. It was something more. It was like living the moments. It was very, very authentic. And with my GOP, Juan Sarmiento, we decided that we'll not cut the scene in small pieces, We let the camera film their emotion on the scene, and they are talking to Hind, actually receiving in their ears her voice. So this was so strong, and actually we shot in Tunisia. It's as you saw, one set, one location, film. yeah, and all my actors are Palestinian, and the extras also. The majority of them were Palestinian. So there was something very intense on the set about his story and about the news also, which is something that is till today very tragic. So we're telling the story of a single child, but we know that it's beyond Hind.
Yes, I'll take another question. Yes, right here.
I'm curious if you had any difficulty with making this film, since it's obviously very well known how hard it is to get Palestinian voices heard and taken seriously. Did you have any trouble when it came from either like financing or from the production level to make sure that this film not only was made but got seen?
The question is, did they have any difficulty making this film, having a finance, etc., especially because it's challenging to get Palestinian stories and voices outside?
This is a very good question, since we are not naive. From the beginning, you know, when we started, my producers are here. They can answer this question better than me. But we had a lot of people who wanted to be in this project. There was something about the voice of Hind, you know, and they came after, and many of them are here tonight. I want really to thank them. So there was a great energy around the movie, as if like we were all there was a kind of duty from our part to tell this story, because the Palestinians are voiceless, because we wanted to give them a voice, and it's the voice of Hind Rajab, one of the most tragic story. I mean, all the story are tragic, but no, and also at some point some big names joined the movie to protect it in a way. This was great. So yeah, and we were in Venice, which is the oldest festival in the world. We won an award, and I hope, I mean, all this is important, because I need this movie to be seen. And with all those elements, with TIFF here, this amazing festival, the selection, you, the audience, yeah, we need this, the voice of Hind Rajab to echo across borders.
Yes, absolutely. I'll take another question. Yes.
In the face of the horrors you're depicting, how do you manage to process that reality yourself? And as a filmmaker with such an important voice, what keeps you from becoming cynical?
So the question is, the last part is, you know, how do you stop from becoming cynical? But what was your first?
Oh, my first part was, how do you manage to process like the reality?
How do you manage to process the reality with the horror still continuing today, making this film?
It's very difficult, very difficult, because, you know, I'm a filmmaker, they are actresses, and we are in the realm of imagination in a way. And what is happening in Gaza is beyond imagination. It's beyond horror movie. So it's very difficult. But for us, I think it's very important to not stay silent. And this is give us some courage to carry on, because we felt that, you know, some days I can be cynical. I say like, why doing film, and people are killed every day, and sometimes I say no, it's I can't stop the war. I'm not Trump. Trump wants to do a Riviera in a beach that Hind loves. He can do stop this war. I can't. I don't have his power. So I'm trying to do something on my scale also.
Can take one last question. Yes, here.
Is there a difference in how you approach filmmaking or acting, given that it's an ongoing genocide compared to if it was a historical event that you were depicting?
So how did she approach the film or the filmmaking process differently, given that it's depicting a ongoing genocide now versus something that was historical in the past?
This is a very good question because I thought a lot about, and we had a serious discussion about waiting, not doing this film now, or doing it now, and you know, because what is specific with this movie that there is a movie done. There are three actually movie done about Hind Rajab, and the justice is not yet there, you know. The accountability, the killers are still killing or having vacation. I don't know what they are doing. So it's very, but I know at least, that this kind of justice will not come tomorrow. Because the Palestinians were struggling for years and years and years and years, and no justice for them, you know. So it was for me the other way around. Maybe this film can help bring some justice, at least to Hind's mother and her brother, you know. So I decided to not wait because I think it's important, and that maybe it can help to bring justice to Hind.
Thank you so much. And I also want to ask Sajda, I think there's a symbolism around the dress that you're wearing today that you wanted to speak about.
Yeah, I wanted to bring fashion into the conversation because it can sometimes say what words cannot. I collaborated with a Palestinian designer called Rima Dahbour in collaboration with Farah Hourani and Nadine Yaghnam, and we kind of wanted to physicalize the feeling of being silenced. So this fabric covering my mouth, you can hear me, but you cannot fully see me. And that feeling is quite frustrating, and this is what we also wanted to do. The power of art, and as Kaouther said, what we can do as artists is use our art, and hopefully our goal is to not have another story like Hind happen.
Thank you so much for bringing us this beautiful and important and incredibly sad film. I just want to ask, I think there's a lot of people sitting in the audience and, feeling a little bit powerless. I think there's a lot of anger. Is there anything that you can share with us, I think, perhaps in terms of what can we do, here in Toronto to support or be helpful? And what do you hope will happen with the film next?
I did this movie because I had this feeling of helplessness, and the movie is about helplessness, and that's why I told the story from the point of view of the Red Crescent employee, who are the incarnation of this feeling, and it's also a refusal to this feeling. So everybody can do something at his scale, and I've been thinking a lot about Hind's mother and her little brother. They are still in Gaza. It's impossible to evacuate them. So if you can help, if someone can help here, it would be, because I received, I'm talking to Hind's mother frequently, and when we received the award in Venice, she sent me something like, "I would love to be with you in the festival." She never left Gaza because there is no airport in Gaza, no, and now she's still in Gaza. So this is for me maybe the most urgent thing, because there is an urgency. I don't know if you know powerful people that can evacuate them, it can be very, very helpful. But otherwise, yeah, everybody can do something.
Well, thank you so much. We really hope the film is going to travel. We know it was a huge, huge success in Venice. We have so much gratitude to see it here, and so the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.